Hi, everybody. My name is Jackie, and I am known as the Stitchin' Adventurer here on YouTube. And I wanted to thank you for coming to my channel, which is all about my fiber arts adventures, all kinds of things. I try to divide everything up so that you're seeing quilting in one video and slow stitch another video, cross stitch another video, because I like to do all of those things. And today's video is about the April Sew Sampler box from Fat Quarter Shop. So I am excited about it. It is heavier than usual. Today is actually the 18th, I believe, of April, and I have received my box already. So without further ado, I did go ahead and remove the tape off of the outside of the box. And let's open it and see what it looks like on the inside. Okay, well, I'm dumping things. I don't want anything to come out yet. I haven't had a chance to open it and look at it. Anyway, so it says, so gratefully for 10 years. And basically what it is this is their 10th anniversary box. So it's the 10th anniversary of the Sew Sampler box of the month. And so I think, I'm not certain, there's some extra goodies in here. But the main thing is the box is kind of mutating and changing a little bit this year. Now, you will be getting some extra patterns throughout the year. They're going to be including a free pattern, and that's really the only thing that they have said is going to be different about the box. But let's see what it's like for this particular box. And this is April of 2026. The April box. And here we go, April 2026. And the theme this month is summer sunset. Now, it says, celebrating 10 years. Oh my gosh, guys, this looks like a cool box, just glancing at it. But I'm not going to look yet. All right. Thank you for being a member, exclamation point. We are so excited to celebrate 10 years with you. This month's box includes specially themed notions and bonuses to mark this milestone year. We are also celebrating by bringing out 12 patterns from the Sew Sampler Vault. And you can see more on that in the Sew and Sampler Vault section. I guess we'll find out what that is as we get down there. We are so proud of the 120 boxes that we have curated so far. So I guess over the 10 years, that's how many boxes that they have designed. And we can't wait for you to see what we still have in store. Keep on quilting, from Kimberly Jolly. Then there's a Charm Pack Chips and Dip quilt that we can go download the free quilt pattern for that. And then Sew Sampler, special Sew Sampler savings. For our 10th birthday, enjoy 3 ways to save this month. And then there's promotion codes that I'm not going to show this on camera for that reason, because they're specifically for the box. Get a free denim Bee's Knees book stand, $34.98 with an order of $100 or more. The second one is get a free Kimberly Cuts 12.5-inch square rotating cutting mat with an order of $80 or more. Get a free Simply Jelly Rolls book, an $18.98 value with an order of $60 or more. 1 promo code per order. So you can use one of these promo codes per order. Yeah. That is cool, right? Yes, because I want a rotating cutting mat. And I was about to pay big bucks to get one. And here I can get one with my order. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. Those are astounding savings. because we're going to order anyway, right? I mean, I have orders anyway. So, and I have one payday I'm going to order some, and another payday I'm going to order another. So, all right. I went through last night and put every Teresa Kogut pattern in Fat Quarter Shop in my shopping cart. I think I may have a rotating mat. No, I don't. I put it in my wish list. In my wish list. So here's one. I can take it out of my wish list now. I'm going to get one. I'm excited. Okay. Now here it talks about the Sew Sampler Vault. This month's Sew Sampler Vault will be something called The Winding Path, which was originally published in May of 2022. We're celebrating all year long with Sew Sampler Vault patterns. For the first time ever, we are bringing out 12 of the most popular quilt patterns from the Sew Sampler Vault. We will include one Sew Sampler Vault printed pattern in each month's box as a special bonus for our members. We hope they will inspire your quilting journey for years to come. Now, I'm not going to lie. I love the fabric that was in last month's and the patterns that were in last month's box, but I didn't particularly care for the rest of the box in general. To me, just look, I want to show you something. Just looking here, I'm trying to put this back the way I knocked everything out when I started getting it. When you look at this box, as you open it, and I haven't looked into it yet, but I keep knocking, dropping. Look at that huge stack there of fabric. We better get into this, like, right away. I don't know. I want to get the good stuff first. Okay, let's get some of the stuff out of the way so that we can really dig in here. And I love these things. I love the clip ones, too, and I also love these. These are the tiles that they have, the Alphabetes tiles. Love that. Thank you, Fat Quarter Shop. That was a good one. Did you know all people seem to have these and I don't have one? Now, I'm relatively new Sew Sampler subscriber, but I don't have one of these things that you stick your pencil and your tools in. I don't have one on my sewing table. This is like Christmas. This is why you like getting boxes. Yes. Celebrating 10 years. Is that not cool? And it's got a little weight to it. So it's, you know, some of the ones that I've tried had no weight to them. And you put the stuff in them and they tipped over. So, but this one is going to hold up. Oh, and on the back, Sew Sampler, Fat Quarter Shop. Yeah, cool. Okay, guys, I have to show it to you. This is like three stacks. Look at that. There's 3 of these in here. Yeah, they've all got the banding, individual banding. It's called Honeyed Horizon. I got to remember to keep my little box cutter here so that I can, whenever I do a box opening. Right now, I subscribe to 3 different boxes. One of them I'm not sure about if I'm going to keep. But I can tell you that I'm going to keep this one. I have been, even though, like I said, last month's, the fabric and everything was, and the quilt patterns were great in it. And I felt like that was worth the $39. And the projects and stuff, but everything else that was in it was kind of, you know, so-so with me. But every other box has been fantastic as far as I'm concerned. So to me, Sew Sampler is a definite keeper on my subscription list. And then I have subscribed to the Bella Rose Quilt Society. And now I've only gotten one box there so far, but that one was cool. Now that's a bi-monthly box. But see, there's one, not one, two, three. Now, what does that tell you about the project that's in here? It must be, you know, a little bit bigger project than what we normally get. Oh, now, is this the project that we're going to sew with this? This is cool. Pretty Pockets. It's from June Taylor. Pretty Pockets Sewing Machine Caddy Quilt As You Go kit. And you need 20 charm squares is all you need to do this. And then you need, or you can use a 1/4 yard of 3 to 4 different fabrics. Pockets and strips. Take another 1/2 yard of the fabric. Or I guess you could probably patchwork like they did stuff here. Backing is 2/3 of a yard. And binding is a 1/4 yard. What it looks like it has, and I don't want to open it up, but it's got that interfacing stuff that you sew, or actually sew your project onto. Yeah. And so when you're done with it, it comes out all interfaced. That's going to be fun. And I am in the project of making a mat to go underneath my featherweight. But this will go underneath my regular machine. I like that. I like that project. Yeah, we already saw these. Okay, now here's a packet here. And I do think that there is a project that's actually meant for these in here. Okay, so let's see. There's a little card of explanation. So let's look at that first. And then it looks like there are several patterns here. Now remember, there's also the free downloadable pattern that they're giving us. Now Fat Quarter, normally, they always have free downloadable patterns, by the way. I highly recommend you go look at their website. There are a lot of them. You never have a reason not to quilt if you've got scraps. Ooh, look at this. A cool sticker for my Book of Days. You guys like that? And that's a nice sticker, too. It's like one of those vinyl stickers. Okay, guys, the new quilt along came. And it's block 1. And, it's called the Spooled Quilt Along. Settle in for a year of sewing with the Spooled Quilt Along, where classic blocks unwind 1 month at a time. Each new section builds on the last, creating a quilt that grows steadily with every stitch. If you missed one, all spooled block patterns will be available at the Fat Quarter shop. So my question is if I'm have everything I need in my stash. I think I do. We'll find out. I may have to buy. I think I'm going to start buying white backgrounds because I seem to like white backgrounds or white with just little tiny. But I think I'm going to start buying at least white by a bolt. Save a lot of money as much of it. Because, I mean, look at this. And this will be pretty with the white. So I want to definitely get that done this month. It'll probably be closer to be getting done in May. So, all right. Now, here's where it talks about everything. See, 3 Horizon charm packs, and I'm going to show you the fabric. I'm only going to show you in one because they're a duplicate. You're getting 3 of these. 3 Honeyed Horizon charm packs. The value is $37.44. Chase the golden hour with Moda Honey Horizon by a new designer, Carrie Anguiano. Glows with warm peaches, golden yellow hues. Let me put it over here so you can see it better that way. Golden yellows, fresh greens, and breezy aquas that mingle like the sky as the sun dips below the horizon. A cheerful mix of florals, honeycomb prints, and playful geometrics gives every square its own little moment to shine, creating a collection that feels like warm evenings, flickering fireflies, and that last golden wink of daylight. These 3 5-inch charm packs are the perfect companion for piecing together the honeysuckle quilt pattern. So that tells us there's a pattern, another pattern we haven't come across yet. That is in here. Now, needed to make a quick video. I forgot to show you the fabrics in the April 2026 Sew Sampler box from the Fat Quarter Shop. Now, the light is terrible in here right now. We are having a high wind advisory, which in our area of the country, sometimes they turn off the power. And it's at night. I do have a big power bank, so I have it over here, rarely running a light long enough for me to do this video. Then I'm back to my little camp lantern again and realized I had not included what the fabrics look like. So these are the 5-inch squares. And what I'm going to do is see if I can get this off. Nope, I'm going to end up losing it. So I'm sorry. We're just going to have to take the label off. But I can identify them with the label and the other 2. So I am going to just take this off. And I like to start from the back because it's just easier. So here's the first one. The colors are not going to be exact. I will go a little bit further away. That might help. Kind of face maybe towards that light. So you can see. They said this is a brand new designer. Like those bubbles. It's going to be a good mixer fabric. And there's 2 of those. Honeycomb. Some leaves. Kind of a flower. Yeah, they turn off the lights here for certain periods of time when the wind is gusting really high or something like that, to try and keep power lines from going down and to try and cut down on the amount of range fires we have. We have an awful lot of them, but I do think by doing this, it has helped cut down on how often we're having, how many of them that we're having. So this is a repeat. And I do believe this one's a repeat. Anybody like Argyle socks? And then this one's a repeat. Here's a cute one. Go. This one's in here, I believe, in several colorways. I missed one. Go. It looks like this one's in another colorway. The honeycomb. Even print's a little bit different. We've had those leaves in another colorway. All of this stuff has been in here in other colorways. Kind of a peach. We've been from a darker blue to a lighter blue, and now we're to a peach. The bubbles. Tiny bubbles. That shows my age, doesn't it? I bet you none of the young kids know about that song. More Argyle. I don't know if that's what they call that print or not. That's what we would have called it. It's more the honeycomb or the chicken wire, however you want to look at it. And more bubbles. So now we're into like a mustard color. That's pretty. I really like, mustard, that's not my favorite color, but it blends into so many different quilt colors. Yeah, it's really nice actually. More of the peaches. There we go. A lighter green. And what was on the other green? We've had the dark green, now we're into a lighter green. Sorry that I'm covering up my face. It's not what you're here to see. You're here to actually see the fibers, the fabric. Okay. And what is this color? It's kind of still the, kind of another, kind of a white background with peachy, the diagrams are peach. See, they're flowers with little hash marks. And this is a white on white. I'll bet you the finishing kit white is white on white if you decide to order that. So it's that flowers like this, only the flowers are white on the white material. I don't think that's at all visible. And then this is the final. So that is the fabric, and we got 3 each of these 5-inch Charm Pack squares. So here is the Pretty Pockets Sewing Machine Caddy Quilt As You Go kit by June Taylor for the Fat Quarter Shop. So this is a Fat Quarter Shop exclusive. Let the colors of a summer sky just after sunset settle into your sewing space with the Pretty Pockets Sewing Machine Caddy Quilt As You Go kit. A Fat Quarter Shop exclusive designed to slip neatly under your sewing machine. It creates 4 handy pockets for keeping scissors, markers, seam rippers, and other essentials close at hand. It also helps reduce vibration or shaking caused by your sewing machine. Try it with the charm packs in this box. It's a clever little project that turns into a pretty practical companion. So we're going to see if some of the charm packs were meant for this and then others for the quilt it's talking about, or if you got a decision to make. And then it's talking about the Alphabetis, which these it says are a Sew Sampler exclusive, and they are $7.48. And wait, what was this piece for again? The Sew Sampler exclusive Alphabetis specialty marking tools are here to help keep everything straight while you sew. This little set of letters and numbers makes it easy to label and sort your fabric pieces as you prep your quilt, so every stack stays right where it belongs. And they have a little bit of weight to them. No, they're not heavy or anything, but you can tell if you cut a stack of 2.5-inch blocks, say, you know, and you want them to stay in place, that it's probably going to do that for you. They're reusable, lightweight, and wonderfully handy. They're the little helpers that keep your sewing session running smoothly. Okay, so that's all the stuff we've seen so far. Excuse my hair once again. I've been outside in the Amarillo wind, so. All right. So now it's the quilt pattern, the honeysuckle quilt pattern, which is a Sew Sampler exclusive for $9, and value is $9.98. Capture the glow of a warm evening with the honeysuckle quilt pattern. The charming design features petal-shaped pieces that come together to form sweet floral blocks, creating a quilt that feels light and fresh. It's a beautiful way to highlight the honeyed horizon fabrics, where sunset-inspired shades blend into a quilt you'll pull out summer after summer. It's the perfect size for a cozy lap quilt or a bright accent for your home. And then it gives a code where you can find the Sew Sampler finishing kits. So I'm assuming, because they usually have a finishing kit, I think you can order the fabrics too if you want to every month for the quilt along, or you can take from your stash. So anyway, so looks like there's a stack of several things here, and here is the honeysuckle quilt pattern. I really like it. And you know, you could also do this as a St. Patrick's Day quilt, as 4-leaf clovers. Anyway, that's really cute. But they look like little honeysuckles. Now you're going to need 2 yards of background sashing and border, and then 5/8 of a yard for binding, and then 3 1/4 yards for backing. So those are so you will need to add those on. That's really a pretty quilt, by the way. All right, now the next thing it talks about here is the spooled quilt along. Oh, and the first block is called Ring Around the Rosy block. This is the one that we got today, the pattern. And it looks like it has a white background. Then it has 2 other fabrics. One of them looks like a really tiny red gingham, and the other one, I think, is a little red floral. And I'm trying to figure out if their kit that they're going to have is just going to have the background, or if it's going to have the binding and stuff in it. So you would have to, it doesn't say that here, but I do know it's, they're going to have a kit. It just doesn't say that here. Oh, limited quilt kits available. So it doesn't say what all is in the kits. Featuring petal and polka dots by Bunny Hill Designs for Moda Fabrics. And I think that they don't always include the kit because they know a lot of people like to use from their scraps and their stash, which is what I'm actually going to try to do. But I am going to have to get white, and then whatever I end up deciding to bind it with. But I'm going to wait and decide what I'm going to bind mine with as I get going. But it's going to join my monthly quilt along, and we'll see how I fit this one in. Now this one is this honeysuckle. I'm looking to see. It shows a picture of you using all 3 of these. So I think, let's see what it says inside of here. If you use those, then you might need to come up with your own fabric for the for the honeysuckle quilt. It says you're going to need it shows that you need all 3 of these. Okay, the quilt is going to end up being 47.5 by 47.5. And then for the, as I said, for the background and the sashing, which is a white, or it looks almost like it could be a white on white. It's hard to tell on this white paper. But it gives a number here to look it up on their website. You know, it's like an item number. 2 yards of background, sashing, and border. And then the other one is number 47017-20. I think that's an item number to look it up with on their shop. Anyway, so and then 5/8 inch yard for your binding. And then you're going to need 3 1/4 yards for your backing. Now, I don't know if the finishing kits that they're going to have for sale have the backing in them or not. Because you know how that goes nowadays. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So, I would look that up yourself if you're a Sew Sampler member. And by the way, if this box is sparking your interest in becoming a member of the Sew Sampler, there are times once they get all of their boxes shipped out. I doubt if they're there yet because I'm filming this like the day that I got the box, like the moment I ran out. I get excited. Like the moment I got the box, I start filming. And yesterday, I was trying to get a hint of what the block of the month was going to be. And it was pictured on the website. And you could tell it said they were going to have the finishing kits, but they weren't ready yet. So I imagine now that the box are shipped, if you want to get the quilt kit to do this, I don't know if they're going to be a monthly thing. This is my first time participating in a block of the month. But like I say, I'm going to use my stash. But I just need to get the white background. But I'm seriously thinking about, on payday, ordering a bolt. We'll see what's on sale around that time. And what I'll have to decide what I'm going to do. Because I probably got enough of white background to do I don't know, there might be enough of that there. It says, doesn't say how much you're going to need for the rest of the quilt is the problem. And you do want your backgrounds to match, right? So I'm sitting here looking at that. I have a piece of white Kona cotton folded over there. And I'm trying to decide. I might have to dig that out and give it a better look and see how much there is. Because it says for this block alone, I definitely do have it. But do I have enough to complete the whole thing is the question. That is the question. I'm excited to do this and join their club. Now, this is their special pattern here next from their Sew Sampler Vault. As it said, originally published in May of 2022. And I can tell you the picture is going to be very difficult to see on the screen here. If my lighting was better, it might help. But here it is. It's called the Winding Path. Let me get it as close as I can. There you go. That's pretty, isn't it? And what they're recommending and what was in the box originally. When it says in the box back here, that's not what's in this box. This is what was in the box in 2022, okay? All we're getting is the pattern. But they recommended something called the Tiny Beast 6-piece fat quarter bundle. So you need 6 fat quarters. Then you're going to need a yard of white for your accent, 3/4 of a yard of something of a putty colored, and half a yard of binding. and then the backing is 3 yards. So that is the vault quilt that's in here this time. Guys, this box was great. I mean, really cool. And I am really excited to be going to be participating in the quilt-along. So, once again, if you're interested in subscribing, I am not affiliated in any way. I got my own box. I don't have any affiliations. I don't hardly have any viewers. But, and no commenters. So, please comment, you guys. It would really help for my channel to have a few more viewers. Because if people are not commenting and clicking like, YouTube does not pass the video on to other people. Nobody's going to ever know I'm here. So if you can do that, that would really be appreciated. And then tell other people that are interested in fabric arts about my channel. You don't need my permission to do that. And I have to say, I'm excited about the Sew Sampler box. And everything that came in it this time. And this was all for, what, $35, I believe, and then shipping. I think it took it up to like $39. So I don't think this is a bad buy, guys. And it's so much fun to get these boxes. I mean, you know, I am a single senior. And when you're a single senior, and you live by yourself, and you never had any kids, to get gifts like this is a lot of fun. You know? And it's a big deal, actually. So, I mean, even though it's a gift to myself, am I not worth it to give myself a gift? It's just a lot of fun. Might consider joining the quilt-along anyway. I'm gonna, once I finally, I've got to order a new foot pedal in for my sewing machine. I can use my featherweight, but I have to get a new foot pedal for my main machine. It's explainable by a little Dachshund who has a chewing habit, who is sitting very close to me down there. And you might see the camera, the tripod's being bumped a little bit by my little Yorkie poo. I do apologize. And I also want to get this pattern downloaded. You know, I don't have a computer right now. I'm going to be ordering a new one. That is an overwhelming thing, by the way. If you're not a computer person, and they change every time you need to get a new computer, and mine just don't seem to last but very long. But this last one that I had lasted about 10 years. But when it went out, it took everything with it. I've lost all my files. So what happened was it got dropped, and this oily type substance came out of it. Yeah. It was weird. And it worked for a little while, and I was able to actually get on it and look at a few things. Gradually, after that drop, it just kind of quit. And I took it up and asked them if they could put everything on an external hard drive for me. And then I was going to have a relative that's really into computers help me decide on a new computer. And I bought the little hard drive to put it, which those have gotten really small nowadays too. It's the first time I've looked at them. And they're relatively inexpensive. They used to be quite an investment. And but anyway, this one wasn't very expensive. But they said that my computer was so badly damaged they couldn't get into it. There was other things that could be done that were quite costly, and I was just like... Thankfully, I had put most of my digital files that I'd purchased on Etsy, things like that, I had put them on little thumb drives. But there were a lot of recipes I'd collected over the years. Bible studies, just different things like that that I really wanted to keep. So I wish they would put a So Sampler sticker in every month. Fat Quarter Shop, we love these. I love stickers. You know, now that people are doing book of days and things like that, stickers. I never was a sticker. I bought them for my nieces and nephews. Without further ado, I'm going to let you guys go and talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.